What's up guys, I'm Vocal Strike and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution. Last time we took out the last remaining members of the Shadow Riders, and this time we are going to be taking on the leader of the Shadow Riders in Rise of the Sacred Beasts. This is my second attempt recording this. First attempt had to be scrapped. The true leader of the Shadow Riders revealed himself as Kagemaru, the superintendent and founder of Duel Academy. He challenged Jaden to a duel, hoping to use his Sacred Beast cards to take over the world. I built this school and now I've returned for my Sacred Beast cards. By the way, he is actually being kept alive in like a kind of like a Bat-to-Tank style, like kind of like capsule or something. It's the best way I can describe it. That's how old and frail he is. What? I am Kagemaru, master of the Shadow Games. It was I who first sealed the cards here. It was I who gave Shepard the 7 keys. But those keys are worthless. To unlock the spirit gates, all that's required is dueling energy. Energy that you expended trying to protect those keys. This is why I arranged for all the best duelists in the world to come here. I hoped year after year, class after class, that a student would arise with enough dueling spirit to unlock the power of the cards. My Shadow Riders were sent to test you, and only one passed. One with the potential to finally unlock the Sacred Beasts and give me the strength to rule the world. My opponent will be Jaden Yuki. Excuse me, what? You have proven to be the only duelist with the power to unlock the Sacred Beast cards, and if you refuse, I will see to it that this island and everyone on it sinks to the depths of the ocean deep. You can't! I can do anything with the Sacred Beast cards. Let this shadow game begin! Yeah, the Sacred Beast managed to revert him back to being younger. Kagemaru has all 3 of the Sacred Beast cards in his deck. It's fairly easy to build a deck around one of the Sacred Beasts. Building a deck around all 3 Sacred Beasts is a completely different challenge. Let's see, what do we got? Not really much to play. What do we got for fusions? Thunder Giant, Tempest, Shining Flare Wingman, Rampart Blaster, Mudball Man, Mariner, and Flame Wingman, and Electrum. So, and there is a reason. All 3 of the Sacred Beasts are effect monsters. And they are Uriah, Lord of Searing Flames, Raviel, Lord of Phantasms, and Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder. Uriah, Lord of Searing Flames, is Fire Attribute, level 10, Pyro type, with 0 attack and 0 defense. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by sending 3 face-up trap cards you control to the graveyard. You can kind of see what I'm getting at here. This card gains 1,000 attack points for each continuous trap in your graveyard. Once per turn, you can target one set spell or trap card your opponent controls and destroy that target. Neither player can activate spell or traps in response to this effect's activation. So, all 3 Sacred Beast cards can be special summoned, not normal summoned. But each one kind of requires a different a different style of cards. So, like, for instance, Uriah, for Uriah, you must have 3 face-up trap cards on your side of the field. And he already has 2, so he's already set to summon Uriah. The next one is Raviel, Lord of Phantasms. It is a dark attribute level 10 fiend type effect monster with 4,000 attack and defense points, so it has obelisk level stats. Cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned from your hand by attributing 3 fiend monsters, so 3 fiend types. Each time your opponent normal summons a monster, special summon 1 phantasm token. Fiend, dark attribute, level 1 with 1,000 attack and defense points. But it cannot declare an attack. Once per turn, you contribute 1 monster. This card gains attack points equal to the attributed monster's original attack points until the end of this turn. So naturally, the tokens are there to... So naturally the tokens are there to help with Raviel's effect. And then finally there is Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder. It is light attribute, level 10, thunder type effect monster with 4,000 attack and defense points. Cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned from your hand by sending 3 face-up continuous spells you control to the graveyard. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. While this card is in face-up defense position, monsters your opponent controls cannot target monsters for attacks except this one. Another dead hand. So it's fairly easy to create a deck that is centered around one of the 3 sacred beasts, because one just requires face-up traps, one requires continuous spells, and another just requires fiend type monsters. Oh, come on. So, but at the same time, it's not really easy making a deck centered around all 3. As you can see, they managed to do it using trap monsters, since they double as continuous trap cards. So they can be used to summon either Raviel or Uriah. Oh, come on. But anyway, how the even though he says the keys are useless, the keys are still kind of needed to actually open the gate, the spirit gate. And how the keys actually got to the gate is, well, it's kind of stupid, really, and it's all Chaz's fault. While Chaz was trapped inside Amnail's Shadow Charm, along with Alexis, Um, he was hallucinating and thinking that Alexis was saying, "I love you." Afterwards, he thought it was a good idea to steal the 7 keys and challenge Alexis to a duel, where Alexis started using ritual monsters. Oh, I didn't see him play one day apiece. If Chaz wins, Alexis had to go on a date. If Alexis wins, Chaz completely drops it since Alexis wasn't interested. And she didn't really confess. He was just hallucinating the whole thing. And of course, naturally, since he had the 7 keys, Alexis won, and Chaz held all 7 of the keys. As a result, the keys went to the gate to unlock the cards. So yeah, that was honestly stupidity on Chaz's part. And Chaz gave up on Alexis afterwards, since, you know, the deal was if Alexis won, Chaz would give up trying to date her. Oh, there is Uriah, Lord of Searing Flames. Oh boy, 7,000 attack points. Ooh. But Thunder Giant's effect destroys Uriah, because its original attack and defense points is 0, which is less than 2,400. So This, as you could probably guess, the 3 sacred beasts are this game's god cards. Or this is GX's god cards, rather. And they don't have that same level of protection that the Egyptian gods had. Impossible. The sacred beasts cannot be defeated. Also, the sacred beasts were also sealed away, as while they're on the field, they actually can suck the life out of every single Duel Monster card in existence. What the? Are you okay? It's true. I'm an old man. Wanting simply what every old man wants, to be young again. And harnessing the power of those sacred beasts was the only way I found to do it. Yeah, and to take over the world. Can't you forgive a decrepit old soul? Yeah, I guess. But don't you see, old-timer? Stealing power from something or someone isn't any way to feel alive again. You've got to find the strength in yourself. In that duel, Jaden also got a spell card called Sabatiel the Philosopher's Stone, which is a spell card that works for with his winged Karibo. He got the card from Professor Banner, who is currently now a spirit that his pet cat Pharaoh for some reason likes to swallow. Ever since then, Jaden and the others have been taking care of Pharaoh in Professor Banner's place. So on to the next duel, Magna Chum Lao. Chumley entered Industrial Illusions card design contest and won. But since he hadn't passed his exams yet, Dr. Crowder only agreed to give him a recommendation if he passed his exam. Chumley hasn't passed his exams. Now what kind of school would we be to send Pegasus some flunky? If Chumley can beat me in a duel, then I'll let him go. A duel? But if he loses, he'll be expelled immediately. Don't be nervous. This duel will simply affect the rest of your life. Okay. Well, are you waiting for an invitation? I got one right here. Let's duel. Chumley uses Australian-themed cards. So like koalas, kangaroos, etc. As you can probably guess, Chumley did not win this. Chumley entered Duel Academy not really for his dueling skills. What he wants to be is a card designer, similar to Pegasus. And as you can guess, he actually does Chumley cannot duel to save his life. Hence why he never passed, why he never got an A in really anything. However, when it came to card design, he was probably the best in the entire school, to the point where Industrial Illusions, you know, the company owned by Pegasus, Pegasus himself actually made the call and said, I want Chumley to work at Industrial Illusions as one of our card designers. And it wasn't some representative either. It was literally Pegasus himself. But the only other time that I know of where we actually see Chumley duel was against his father, who wanted to take him away to work at his hot sauce company. And the thing is that I think in the subbed, it's actually an alcohol factory, I have to assume. And the and Chumley's father's deck is actually composed of hot sauce themed cards. Whereas, as you could probably guess, in the subbed version, this was censored in the dubbed version. In the subbed version, it was actually alcohol. And what kind of gives this away is the way his monsters kind of the way that his father's monsters kind of moved made him look like they were really drunk. So, in the subbed version, it's an alcoholic deck. In the dubbed version, it is a hot sauce deck. Chumley's father wins, and the agreement was that if Chumley loses, he goes back to him because he felt he was wasting his life away at Duel Academy. And the guy is obsessed with hot sauce, whereas Chumlee's favorite thing is grilled cheese sandwiches. If I recall correctly, Chumlee loses, but he decides to let him stay in Duel Academy anyway, out of the kindness of his heart. I lost. I can't get my dream job. Stop that crying. It's true that you have lost this duel, but losing doesn't always mean failing. What do you mean? This duel was not to win or lose, but to prove your ability. Huh? For the talent you displayed today, how could I ever fail you? I will recommend you for the position at Industrial Illusions. Yes, Crowler does start off as a bit of a jerk towards the Cypher Reds, but at his core, he is still a teacher. So, it is his responsibility to keep the students safe, as well as to make sure that they actually can pass. The only reason why he was going after Jaden was because he held a grudge. He didn't like Jaden because, well, let's be honest, he did beat him in front of everyone, and Crowler wasn't using one of the test decks. He was using his own deck. And he didn't want him in to begin with because he was late and, you know, kind of being a slacker, so I'm not kicked out? You're graduating. Farewell and congratulations, Chumlee. And Chumlee leaves Duel Academy to work at Industrial Illusions. And this is not the only graduation match. Once again, Zane Truesdale proves to be the highest scoring duelist at Duel Academy. Having the top rank, he had the right to choose his opponent for his graduation duel. Congrats, Zane, you've done it again. You've gotten the highest scores in the school. And you know what that means. You win the honor of being the headliner in Duel Academy's prestigious graduation match. Why, thanks. And tradition dictates that you get to pick whoever you want as your opponent. Who will it be, Zane? Who will I duel? The only one worthy. It's time to give Jaden his rematch. It was soon time for the graduation match. Jaden looks serious. That's gotta be a first. I wonder if he's nervous. He ought to be. Alright, Zane. I guess may the best duelist win. Enough small talk. Let's do this. Even though we are expected to win as Jaden in this duel actually ended in a tie. And there had to be a second round. And we honestly don't really know how that duel plays out at all. And unlike Jaden, who tends to duel with his heart and not his head, he wasn't, you know, being that cheerful, like, goof that Jaden is known to be in this duel. Okay, so all the usual stuff that we've had so far. He was trying to duel with his head, trying to duel like Zane with a plan and a strategy. But it wasn't working. Zane was doing circles around him. So it took Zane to get Jaden to realize, oh hey, Zane is right. I wasn't dueling with my heart. I need to do it with my heart like I always do. So they ended that duel in a draw and decided to go for a second round. But we never actually get to see that duel. It is assumed I think it was assumed that Zane won. Because I think if Zane wins, he graduates. And he does leave Duel Academy after this. He does graduate and become a pro. Uh-oh, Cyber End Dragon. Oh, this is gonna hurt. I lost. Yeah, Zane is dangerous. Zane is very dangerous. Oops. If I fail this attempt, I will skip forward to a much more successful attempt as always. Whoa, wow, that was fast. But yeah, Zane is dangerous. Do not underestimate him. Another duel that was actually skipped over was a duel between Jaden and Bastion. And Jaden had a real hard time with Bastion. And the reason for that was because Bastion completely locked down Jaden's extra deck, making it so that he couldn't really fusion summon, which was kind of the whole point of his deck. Jaden did win. But it was a hard-fought duel. Oh, Rampart Blaster. Okay, yeah, Electrum is probably definitely the better option, since he will gain attack points for every light monster he has. Light, water, wind, fire, and earth monster he has, rather. And all he has is light monsters and a fire monster. Oh, I won! Oh, finally! Finally, that took a little too long in my opinion. Wow, Zane, you really are great. I'm gonna miss you. And I you, Jaden. And that's why I'm passing you the torch. Once I leave here, you'll be the top student at this school. Despite your grades or your rank, you'll be the best. So make me proud. So, in the next episode, we are going to be seeing a new face. And starting the next arc in a new breed of hero. Thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and I will see you all in the next episode.